to the TMF podcast, where the world has too many feelings. I'm your host, T Staples, and today I am joined by
the wonderful and marvelous Alona Boo
and
the international traveling doctor, Dr. Buddy Lee.
All right, get your checkup, ladies.
Player.
All right, international, get your checkup.
Get that booster now.
The booster shot. You want to get y'all a booster shot. You want to get international booster. He bring the booster to you, to your home, directly to you. So listen. Let me switch it. Now y'all can see me. If y'all on Instagram, I hope y'all can see me now. For all y'all watching, that's right. We're talking to you and listening. We'll bring you all these feelings from our mouths, or all these messages from our mouths to your minds. So if you feel our show, show us how you feel by subscribing. Leave us a comment, send us a message, and most importantly, click the bell icon so you get notified when new episodes drop. Don't forget that bell. That bell's important.
And make sure you share.
If you like what we're doing, share us on all platforms and send us a message. Our handles are in the description below. Check it out. You can always hit us up. Today, we're going to talk about the world of YouTube, critical critique, copyright, fair use, and how people just got too many feelings about all of this.
All that shit. But first, let me just get right on into it. I want to say, man, how y'all doing, man? Y'all looking good. I see you looking real festive. Alona Boo got her Christmas tree up. You know what I'm saying? Got her Christmas tree real festive. I have nothing behind me. It's my favorite season, so I got to represent.
I see Bud Lee got his festive curtains up. I don't know. I guess
it was the coolest. Cool? It was the coolest place in the whole house, so I had to choose it.
I'm with it. I mean, yeah, it's whatever you say. Stay cool, baby. Stay cool. Ice cold. Stay cool. Ice cold. Okay, so look, how was y'all weekend? Did y'all have a good weekend?
Excellent.
Yeah.
What y'all do?
Didn't do shit. That's what made it so good.
Dang. Doc?
Yeah, I was working on a database.
On the railroad. Oh.
So.
Oh.
I can see he's working on the railroad. But okay, yeah. So yeah, I went to Vegas, so I had to do a quick little miles run. I can't wait till I think we're gonna probably do our travel episode in the beginning of next year. So y'all look out for that, because I really want to talk. Dr. Buddy Lee calls himself the traveling doctor. And we all have different methodologies behind, or theories behind, how to travel differently. It's funny, this Vegas run, I kind of traveled like Alona traveled, because it was a 2-day trip, so I didn't need no check bag, and everything was on the plane with me. But yeah, so we can talk. I can't wait to do that show. But today's show, of course, like I said, is about this copyrighted infringement. Now, I want to frame this around today's topic around what's been going on in YouTube. The YouTube space, the sphere of, not necessarily the manosphere, but in general. What's been happening is you've had people, YouTube gives you the power that if somebody uses your content, or certain content is played on another person's channel, they give you this option to submit a copyright claim against them, or a strike against their channel to say it was some use that you didn't like. And what's been happening as of late, which I want to highlight the black portion of it, because it's happening all around the channel, and we'll bring that up in a minute. But I first was alerted to this through a video that came from Abba and Preach, when they talked about Fresh and Fit podcast giving them 20 content strikes, and for the purposes of not saying that they're using their stuff to make money off of them, but to pretty much silence them, to pretty much silence their voice and their opinion and their critique of their channel. And so I bring this up because I think this is like one of the abuses of the system, right? Because there may be times when somebody uses your content and it's taken out of context, or it's done in a way that could be harmful to your brand or your identity.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But then there's other times where there's critical review, or there's a critique, or there's commentary that's being done on it, and to be honest with you, when you put it out there for public consumption, it becomes a part of the zeitgeist. So you should expect that somebody may have something to say about it. If anybody want to talk about our content, what we doing here today, they can say, "Oh, I didn't like that. I don't like he got that shirt on," or whatever, you know. But I should not be able to silence them simply because they don't like something I did. And so that's where this all came from. And what happened was the community of creators kind of rallied around them, and you started seeing more people like the lead attorney and Kevin Samuels speak out about this same issue. And they had actually a good video that I watched the other day. The lead attorney and Kevin Samuels were talking back and forth about it. And the lead attorney brought up some good points on what falls under fair use. And so I want to have a discussion with our audience today and us about it. And so, Alona Boo.
What's up?
Let me put her right here. So she look at her hair, y'all. Y'all see it? Got that fresh mane on them. Okay, so I know, right? First of all, for our audience, can you help us understand a little bit about white? Cause so the reason why I'm putting Alona Boo on the spot, because Alona Boo used to kind of work in this field in a capacity where she handled. Well, I'm gonna let you. Why am I doing this? You right here. I'm gonna let you do it. Alona Boo, tell them.
I was
tell
your
qualifications.
I was like, ooh,
Okay.
Thomas know me.
I know, but I'm gonna let you tell the audience. I'm gonna let you tell the audience.
Okay,
I do
so
know.
basically, before I got back into banking and finance for 10 years, I was in the copyright world, working with one of the largest performing rights organizations. So, in the United States, we got three. We got BMI, which stands for Broadcast Music Incorporated, ASCAP, and then there's CSAC. As well. So working at that organization, I worked in licensing. And so if for those who don't know, when it comes to copyright, when you go to your favorite restaurant and bar, y'all sing karaoke, they have live music, all that kind of stuff. You at the airport and you hear like the elevator music or Muzak or something like that playing. All the way down from airports to zoos, all these businesses that use music, they have to have a copyright license in place to do so. So basically what that means, they have this piece of paper that's a license that says I can play, depending on which licenses they have, because not all businesses like to get all three,
Right.
but we recommend that you cover yourself wholeheartedly and have all three licenses. So that you can basically play whatever you want to play, because otherwise you have to limit your playlist if you're only going to go with a BMI or if you're only going to go with ASCAP. Right. Don't even try only going with CSAC. You might as well just kill yourself. So, I'm just saying, they the smallest one. Their catalog is a little limited. So yeah. So I was in copyright licensing, and all that good stuff. So for basically 10 years. So it's interesting because when you get into the online, the TikToks, the YouTubes, and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
that's when the stuff gets a little gray. It becomes a gray area. So if you think about the copyright licenses for businesses, airports, zoos, museums, all that kind of stuff, concert venues, all them types of places. Even organizations have licenses. Like if you have a political campaigns that play music, they have to have licensing. Just to tell you that how deep this stuff goes.
Yeah.
So basically, when it comes to using somebody else's material, so on the surface level, it's real black and white. I'm a creator. I've created some music, or it's some kind of material whether it's written, music, visual art, whatever the case may be. I'm a creator. I've created something. You want to use it, whether in its entirety or just a snippet or excerpt of it. You need my permission. Black and white, period. That makes sense. So, but when we get into the world of YouTube, and we have all these videos that are like reaction videos and criticisms of other people's videos and stuff like that, that's when the water starts to get a little muddy and it's not real clear. So for those who are not familiar with what fair use is, I'm gonna read you the legal definition so everybody can be on the same page. All right, so you understand why we got these feelings. So fair use is a U.S. law that allows the reuse of copyrighted protected material under certain circumstances. So I'm gonna key in on these key words. Certain circumstances without getting permission from the copyright owner.
Mhm.
However,
Mm.
fair use is determined on a case-by-case basis. In the United States, works of commentary, criticism, research, teaching, or news reporting might be considered fair use, but it can depend on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you see all them keywords, the however, is determined on a case by case basis, and then it might be considered fair use. So
Might be.
the way they have it worded is open for interpretation. So, and then like you can even go a little bit deeper into what is fair use, and there's basically like 4 factors. So, it goes into like how long. Just to give you an example, one of the factors is like how much of the material did you use.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like, let's say you got a 5-minute video. Oh, I only used 30 seconds. I feel like that's fair use. Somebody else might feel like 30 seconds is too long, especially if it's the heart of the material that you're using. So that's why they're saying that, it's basically up to interpretation, and the water gets real muddy. It's a real gray area. Whereas when it came to the businesses using music and getting their copyright licenses, that was real black and white. You want to play my music in your business, you need to pay, you know what I'm saying? You need to have it licensed. So that makes sense. You pay the publishers and you pay the songwriters. So, that's real simple. We got that. But when we get into the YouTube and the TikTok world and all that kind of stuff, that's when it's like, okay, so now it's a little bit more complicated, and you got to start deciphering, is it copyright infringement or is it actually legitimately fair use?
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question then, because one of the things that when I was watching some of the reviews and the discussions that were around the subject,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I noticed is that there was this term that kept coming up, and it talked about whether or not the work was transformative, whether you used it as is, or you just played the content as is, or you actually did something that transformed the original work.
Yeah.
What's behind that terminology or that phraseology that they're using? I mean, does that mean you have to like change the color of the video, or are they saying like, are you adding something to it that wasn't there initially?
So going back to interpretation. So my interpretation of transformative is almost like, did you add anything to this content? Did you just play it just flat out like it was? You know what I'm saying? Didn't take nothing from it, didn't do anything? Or in your commentary or your critique of it, did you provide a different point of view? Did you use it as a, is this a teaching moment, or something like that? So it is actually, did you in some way transform the material that you were using?
Mm-hmm.
Did you add something to it? You know what I'm saying? So that's my interpretation when they say was it transformative?
Yeah, it's funny because I really felt like, so we're all the channels that have been getting these hits. We're a small YouTube channel. We're just getting started as far as the YouTube world, but we've been doing the podcast thing for a while. And one of the videos we talked about, Dr. Budley, was you on this video when we did the Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian
Yes.
clips?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it was all of us on that one.
Yeah, and what was interesting about that was we got a copyright notice from SNL, and my immediate thought was, well, we're providing critique on the clip, but we needed to use this clip to demonstrate the relationship that we're saying that, although it's not publicly known, we see in this clip it started to develop. And so I actually had to write up a little piece and send it back to them for review so that we can get our clip released. And I thought that was interesting that I have to even go through that they could just so quickly strike the content without even reviewing what the content was. And so what do y'all think? I mean, Dr. Butterly, this tool that YouTube is using, or this, I guess, algorithm that is searching out and finding the usage of these different clips and then alerting the original content uploader of it. I mean, what do you think about this? What do you feel about this tool? I mean, are people abusing this?
I feel that I feel that YouTube is just protecting themselves, like with any other entity, Facebook, Instagram, all the rest of them. I feel that they're trying to protect themselves from getting sued themselves for leaving the content up, even though only thing they are a go through. They just provide. They're like the internet service provider. They're not the server that you're connecting to. They're just the service provider. But I believe that they're doing what they can to protect themselves from getting sued from some of these larger companies who may want to hit their pockets. So that's my standpoint on it. And I will say, because some years ago, me and a business partner of mine, we started a radio station. And as long as it was on a tower and everything else, we were fine. But as soon as we started streaming, Sony and everybody else came after us about certain licensing, and then this license had to cover this and that, and it was like, wait a minute, we just put this on. How do you? But they shut us down. It's like
they was watching you from the jump.
Yeah, they contacted the company that we were streaming through and told them that we were playing copyrighted material, which only thing that just kind of messed us up was because we didn't put our license on the website. We didn't have the link on there yet, but we just developed the website to make sure it looked right. They popped up. So it's the same thing. It's just they're just a lot of them just trying to protect themselves to keep from getting sued as well.
So okay, it's YouTube. You're saying YouTube is kind of just putting themselves in a position where they're CYA, they covering their ass.
There you go.
How does this tie to the money? I mean, does the money talk?
Yes.
Does the money talk?
Not but duh.
What's your favorite phrase? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
That's right. That's right. I mean, because and the reason I ask this is because it seems as though what we saw with Fresh and Fit, to me in my eyes, happened out of spite, right? It happened out of these guys. I mean, I think, now don't get me wrong, I guess I can look it up. I think Abba and Preach have over 1 million. Let me see. Abba and Preach. I'm gonna put their website. I mean their YouTube channel. I'm gonna pull up their YouTube channel real quick. Yeah. Okay. So they got I was way off. I say over 1 million. They got 1.5 million.
Oh wow.
Shut the front door. They got 1.5 million subscribers. And Fresh and Fit is a fraction of their subscriber base. Like they have a fraction of their subscriber base. But earlier in the year, we do know that they had a little bit of controversy between the two channels over some comments that was not necessarily rooted in truth or reality, some of which were kind of hypocritical and did not align with the total narrative of what Fresh and Fit were going for, and Albert Preach disagreed with them. And so it became a kind of a little bit of a tension. So when you hear that they've got 20 strikes from that channel, it instantly seems like a bit of malice. Of malice.
We done put our petty boots on now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? While we hitting them, let's hit everybody else. So
and I look at that as I believe it is just more of embarrassment, more, you know, the feelings got involved why they went that direction versus, you know, it would have been smart if they had done a collaboration to get clarity on it. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's do a video together to talk about it, to get it out there, and then it would help both of them. With both,
because and it's interesting that you say that, Dr. Buddy Lee, because they did not have to issue strikes. They had other options. Like, for example, like what happened with us, like we played a Saturday Night Live clip.
Right.
You know, it's Saturday Night freaking Live. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big damn deal. So I can understand, and we're talking about Saturday Night Live, and they didn't issue no strike against us.
Right.
So
they just did a takedown notice.
So they just did a block, and that's what you know, a creator has the option to do. The creator can block a whole video from being viewed, and the creator does not receive a copyright strike if the content owner blocks a video. So you can block the video, no strike, no harm, no foul. Just you don't got the right to use my, you know what I'm saying, my stuff. So let's just go ahead and just block it so people can't view it. Or B, they could monetize the video by running ads against it, and in some cases share revenue with the uploader. So does the money talk?
Does the money talk? And that's what I was going to say. I mean, this seems like a missed opportunity financially.
Exactly.
Because I think it's like, okay, let me play devil's advocate. Maybe they're like, well, this is going to create controversy. Controversy brings viewers, and viewers create money. So maybe that's what they were thinking. But it seems like there's more value, in my opinion, and this is opinion, you know, this is a fact, because I don't have numbers to substantiate this. But I would go on the record to say that I would confidently believe there's more value in us getting together and doing a dual partner like stream where we could bring in more people, more viewers than it is in us battling one another.
Yep.
And then ultimately, because these strikes, I think it's a 3-strike system. 3 strikes, you're out. That's what they call it, strikes.
3 strikes and your channel is terminated.
Right. And so instead of us getting to a point where we got to get 1, 2, and 3 strikes and we terminate it, and you killing my pockets now, because now I got to either do a new channel, I got to move my audience over here, I got to get them to resubscribe, all this other mess. Instead of doing that, let's get together and make something work where we can make some money together. One of the things I really respect about what Kevin Samuels does, and a lot of people, they see him do it and they follow so much of him, but they don't follow this one particular thing, is he collaborates with just about all of the content, content creators out there who have any like significant amount of size. So you could be like a 10,000 subscriber, all the way to a 1 million subscriber content creator, and he's working. You'll see him pop in on the channel, like the lead attorney. I think he started his channel this year, and he's at 100,000 subscribers now. And you see Kevin Samuels on his channel. You've seen him with Alba and Preach. You've actually seen him with Fresh and Fit a couple of times. You've seen him with O'Shea Du Jackson. You've seen him with all these people. So when you think about that, even Lapeef Talk Show, who's a smaller channel, and some of those characters, and he's worked with some of them. When you think about from the size of all of these people that are in the conversation, mediocre reviews and tutorials, I mean, we can go on and on and on. The point is that to me seems like a more lucrative move that people should be following than this follow the controversy, almost Soulja Boy tactic, right?
Right.
The Soulja, I was watching Soulja Boy on an interview for Revolt TV's, I think it's called, what's the name of this show? It's the Money Show. What the two gentlemen from the financial channel, the black guys from 2 financial channels. I can't think of the money show. I don't know if you guys watch. You guys aren't YouTubers like that, are you?
No.
No.
Oh, geez. It's like on the tip of my head. But they talk about assets over liabilities. I think that's the name of the show, actually. Assets over liabilities. So y'all check that out. That's on Revolt TV. Assets over liabilities. And
we'll put the link in the description
later on. But not right now. We live.
Yeah.
So assets over liabilities. And one of the things that he was talking to him about was like they asked him like literally, what are some of your assets? What is an asset to you? And Soulja, you could see him bubbling up, ready to like, I mean, I got shit. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff. Like, he was doing Soulja. He always ready to create some controversy because that's a part of his narrative and how he came up. Even though they just asked him some straight questions.
Yeah.
It just looked like he ready to just to pop off at the lip. Just like he did at the Breakfast Club, popping off at the lip. And so what's interesting about that is that is one style of creating a conversation or talking point so that people can keep your name in the atmosphere and keep this stuff circulating. But what I'm suggesting is that you really don't need to do it that way. Right? You don't need to always. I think we can benefit from having similar like channels that have similar messages or ideas coming together, and if there are ideas that are different, bringing it together still, like to talk about our differences, maybe we simulcast. Maybe we do something like that to bring more money in. So I'm thinking it's the money. If money talks, it's time to bring more togetherness and stop hitting us with frivolous copyright infringements. But, I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think?
I mean, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I felt like there was a missed opportunity. They, you know what I'm saying, like you said, Abba and Preach have, you said 1.5 million, and Fresh and
Right.
Fit got, you said just a fraction of that.
I think 400,000. Let me check. I'll
So
check it right
400,000,
now.
like 1.5 million, man, I would have been like, hey, like you don't have to agree with everything I say. Let's have a debate about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, let you know, like you said, let's simulcast. Let you know what I'm saying, like bring me on your show. You know what I'm saying? Like so we can talk about some of these key points that we obviously don't agree on. And see if we can, come to some sort of resolution. Or we can have some
510
friendly.
subscribers.
They have what?
510 subscribers, Fresh and Fit. So they got a
Okay.
third of
So
Alpha
you know what I'm
Reach.
saying? So you know what I'm saying? You're not where Abba and Breach are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the opportunity. Like you're trying to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could use that as a stepping stone. Like y'all ain't even gotta agree. You know what I'm saying, on stuff. That can be the whole back and forth banter. You know what I'm saying? Well, we agree to disagree. Or we can just not agree, period. But it's still good content, good conversation that can be had, because not everybody's gonna always agree with you. And you need to have different perspectives and points of view. Yeah. So I just feel like it was a total missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Instead of y'all coming together and creating some even doper content, that they pretty much took, in my opinion, they took the bitch route.
Hey, you said it, not me. I'm glad you said it. I'm just so happy.
All they
elated
making fun
that
of,
it came.
you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so they criticize your work. Guess what? The best of the best get criticized. You know what I'm saying? And people who are on, reality shows and stuff like that, they'll tell you the first piece of advice that the producers will give you. Mm-hmm. Don't read the comments. Because if you don't have thick skin, and if you can't handle the negativity that's gonna come with it, you could be on, you could be the most peaceful, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we are the world, all lives matter. Right. You can be on all that shit, and you still gonna have somebody that's gonna disagree with you, that's gonna give you negative comments, all of that. So it ain't even no point in trying to, please everybody. So instead of you know what I'm saying, getting mad because somebody has a critique of you, you know what I'm saying, like come together and be like, all right, bro, so why you feel this way about me? I heard you got a lot to say. I'm just here to set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever.
So wait a minute. So I'm glad you're bringing this up, because I got a question for y'all. So the question I have is this a form of black on black crime?
Well, but here's the other thing I don't get about it. So this is an old TV show that people have to watch on, one of these, either get the DVDs or whatever else. But in living color, the Chappelle Show.
Yep.
How about another Mad TV? Now look, currently still going on. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
They're all creating comedy and content. That means you've arrived. If they're making jokes about you, you've arrived.
Yeah, exactly. But our stuff get canceled. Because we don't stick together.
You're definitely right about that.
We need to turn that TV on.
Is this a form of black on black crime? We not sticking together.
I'm just saying.
They sticking a knife in their back every time.
Right.
But and I mean, even like if we made a comment about Kevin Samuels would be smart to say, hey, well, let's have a sit down and let's talk about this. Or if he does something about us, it's like, hey, well, let's have a sit down and talk about this, and share it on both platforms, like you were saying, Alana, and actually, and then on top of that, another thing I say is Kanye says it in one of his songs. He's like, ooh, they so sensitive. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are too sensitive about everything, but if somebody, like, they'll speak negative about you, but the moment you speak negative about them, now they have a problem.
Yeah, they can dish it, but they can't take it.
And so I'm like,
a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people like that who they claim they the most bulletproof person, and you say a little small thing to them, and next thing you know, it's all about anger and fighting and disruptive behavior, and you look at them and you go, oh, you can't take nothing.
Right. And the crazy thing,
as a lot of them say, you a little bitch.
and hey, the funny thing is, if you can't laugh at a good joke, that's about you.
That's about you.
if you can't join in on the commentary and just go with it or flow with it, I mean, why are you, if you that means you don't have thick skin. That means you can't deal with this.
And then why
That
are you
means
putting yourself on a public platform? Because that comes with the territory. That's guaranteed. It ain't guaranteed people gonna watch your video, but it's guaranteed somebody gonna have a comment about it.
and here's the other question. Who put the strikes against the other people? Have they said something negative about somebody else?
Wait a minute. Okay, hold up.
The one,
confused.
no. Okay.
Confused me. Explain.
All right. So the person, the YouTube channel that said, "Hey, the YouTube channel,
right?
The people are part of that YouTube channel who want to put these strikes against these other people for talking about them."
So Fresh and Fit,
right? Are they guilty of speaking negative about other YouTube channels or people?
Oh, definitely.
Well,
the channel they struck.
So you basically doing the same thing, and you're mad.
And this is why I asked.
Gotcha.
Yes. Black on black crime.
Yes, it is.
It's definitely hateration in the dancery.
Yes.
And the holleration in this dancery.
Right.
Yes.
So the money talks.
Yes.
It is definitely a form of black on black
crime. The money can't. If they were smart, the money would talk. If they were smart, the money would talk. But they decided not to go that route. They decided to go to the bitch made route, which is, I'm going to do some strikes against you when I do the same shit you do.
Right. So now I got to ask this question then. Is this a copyright infringement situation and fair use? Or is it fair use? I said and. I'm going to change that and to or. My bad.
Yeah.
Or is this fair use? Because I don't know if y'all have seen some of the videos that have been done by Alba and Preach when they talk about Fresh and Fit's show, and they show a clip or something. I don't see it as copyright infringement. I see it as fair use, and I see it as constructive critique, and I also see it as commentary, opinion, and response. Because a lot of times they're not playing Fresh and Fit's content for the sake of playing it to show people Fresh and Fit. They're playing it to develop an argument and a discussion point. So Alona Boo, I mean, based on you read the definition, you've been working in that industry. Are we talking about something that was infringement? Did they infringe upon these brothers?
It was a work of commentary and criticism.
And research.
And research in some cases.
And education. Education's in there too. So education as well.
Teaching. Yep.
Depending on
educating.
Depending on if you can consider it education.
Well, it's teaching. It was a teaching moment.
It's a teaching moment.
It was pointing out. Teaching you to pay attention. Teaching you to pay attention.
They're teaching you to be better.
Yes.
It's a critique. It's like we should all, sharpen each other with our critiques.
Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
Wood don't sharpen wood. I don't understand that. So,
because here's the thing on that.
I don't know why that works that way.
Here's what I have to say about it. If they have such a big problem about it and they want to shut me down about it, knowing me and how I am, I would turn around and redo the video, and I would get actors and actresses to come in and reproduce the whole thing and make it way worse than what it really was.
So you
because of that,
you gonna spend your whole YouTube check on some reenactments?
Who said I'm going to spend a whole check? I'm just going to
do it for free.
You never know. You can go to colleges and get college students to want to join in and do some stuff like this.
I ran that for free, but it's just for you.
You gonna do it for
Appreciate it.
You sound like that. It's this girl who got the. She took the paper clip. Or she took a small object and she kept trading for big objects until she traded all the way until getting the house.
See,
it was crazy. She did that for free. I was like, how'd she do that?
But see, that's the key right there. It's like use your resources and get it out there. But here's the other thing: if you reproduce it, that means more people are going to watch it. So where you might have had only, I don't know, 2 million views on it, now you're going to have 6 million views because now you got all the people who were involved with it now going to
Right.
share it with their friends, and it's going to be shared out several times. Plus, you're going to reach the group, Fresh and Fit. You're going to reach their crowd. They're going to share it, and then my own personal subscribers are going to share it. So
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. Thanks. You just helped me to grow, and I don't even have to monetize or do anything with you because
Right.
you wanted to shut me down.
Right.
I mean, but
Okay.
that's just me.
We got Grace Roberts out there. I think that says VOLFR. So it's a volume. You can't hear us. So type in the chat if our volume is good, or I don't know if that's what you're trying to say. If you abbreviate something else, it's a little V, big O, possibly a L or I. But but shout out to you, Grace. Shout out to you for even putting something in the chat. Appreciate you. But yeah,
What's up, Grace?
type in the chat.
What
Let
up?
us know what's going on with the volume. Let us know if it's us or whatever. But yeah, we'll keep it going. So okay, so it's copyright infringement for you. So we're all gonna say that the argument here is fair use.
Fair use.
The argument here is fair use, especially when you look at it from a perspective of the person that's issuing the strikes
Mm-hmm.
do the exact same thing as the person who they striking against.
Right.
You take clips of other people's material that they've uploaded to the internet and
Mm-hmm.
you do commentary on it or you critique it. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it fair use for you, but it's copyright infringement for them?
Right.
Because you don't like what they're saying?
You don't like what they're doing. You just trying to hate on them and get them knocked down. You know what they're doing, boo. They trying to hate on them to get them knocked down.
Yeah.
They want them, and I think that's just the pettiest form of attack. Like let's get on a forum together if we're gonna do this. Let's do this
Right.
together. Okay,
I
so
guarantee you, SNL, if they did a clip, I guarantee you they wouldn't try to do copyright infringement on them because they would not win.
Well, so that brings me to what is the recourse here? Like, what is YouTube going to be doing about the false allegations? Because I think some of these are not, some of these are not real. So
Right.
it's got to be some type of, I don't know if the word is reconcile, or it's got to be some type of repercussions for if somebody is constantly striking a channel falsely. Have y'all been able to see? Have you found anything, Alona? You got anything in your notes that talks about false allegations?
If you continue to submit false allegations, your channel itself can be terminated.
So what you're saying is, if I'm the one, so I'm submitting the copyright, the strikes,
Mm-hmm.
but then I'm wrong. I'm in the wrong.
Yep.
But I keep on hitting. I'm gonna strike these niggas. I don't like you. Should have never gave y'all niggas money. Yo couch, nigga. Fuck your couch. Let's go couch. Right? I mean, that's what they doing. They're doing to Rick James,
Yeah.
right? They
Right.
fuck your couch. Strike, nigga. Strike. Unity. That's what they doing, right? If I continue that behavior, there's a possibility that I am totally just removed.
Because
Yes.
it's an abuse of the system that they have in place. And anybody that is considered deemed to be an abuser of the measures that they have in place for submitting copyright strikes and all that kind of stuff, if you abuse the system, your channel itself is in jeopardy of being terminated.
Okay.
As it should be.
Right. That makes sense. Well, let's just hope that we continue this thing on without getting any strikes ourselves. But what you gonna say?
Well, we haven't used any videos, so there's nothing can be said. We're just talking about it. So there's not too much you can really say or do about it on that case.
Well, I made okay.
But I was going to even ask, okay, so with TikTok has it where you can duet videos. It's built into their system. So I wonder, could these guys actually go and take some of Fresh and Fit's videos and duet them, and then repurpose them on
it's
YouTube?
Called duet them.
Duet. It's basically where
Duet. Oh, like
yes, yeah,
DUET.
yes.
Got it.
So I was wondering if they could actually do this on TikTok and then
Mm-hmm.
repurpose it and share it on YouTube. What usage? I mean, who do they come after on that? Because it was originally done on TikTok, and TikTok allows it, and they cover it, and they say, "Hey, this is a part of it."
Does TikTok have like a special license? Like,
Yes, they do.
I see a lot of like TikTok
They
with the video, with the songs, and
they got music. They got
remixes and shit.
they're one of the very first companies to have, I forgot, it's this new license that's out that's going to be like for the metaverse and for other online
So was that
services.
in conjunction with like a BMI or something like that, or is that something that's
Yes.
directly with the labels?
Well, it's directly with the labels,
Oh.
so it's bypassing the middleman.
Bypassing the performance rights.
Have you heard of this service called Sound Exchange?
Yes, that's the actual other. So Alana mentioned the main three, but another one that you have to get licensed with, especially when dealing with music, is Sound Exchange.
Right. Is that the one for the internet, or is they?
It's like an even smaller version of CSAC.
Even
So-
smaller than CSAX.
It's small, even smaller than CSAC.
I see sex. You
Oh,
stupid.
you stupid. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. CSAX. Okay, so where do we go from here then, boys and girls? What do we do next?
There needs to be some clear understanding from YouTube, and this is one of those moments YouTube should do a video explaining fair use, explaining how it's used, explaining all the stuff that we're talking about, explaining if you are caught doing this, this, and this, these things can happen to you, and if it happens multiple times, this is what happened to you. But in the event that the person who persecutes you is found guilty multiple times, this is what will happen to them. So it'll be the checks and balances on everything. But I believe that YouTube needs to be the one to actually put that out there, or make sure it's very understandable in their terms and conditions that they have.
Okay.
Mm.
Alona Boo, what do you see going forward? What should happen?
I know one thing: more people gonna be educated on fair use versus copyright infringement.
Yeah, at least us.
At least us. You know what I'm saying? Our viewers, our subscribers, whatever the case may be. And then of course now, because of the situation, people with platforms like Fresh and Fit and Abba and Preach. So with all of their subscribers, you know what I'm saying? So whereas it was not even a topic of discussion, now you have that many more people who are now better versed in the subject itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, so now, what I'm saying, once you learn something, of course, you want to share it with somebody else. So girl, did you know that when you put up a YouTube video and you use excerpts from somebody else's yada, 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 you know what I'm saying? So
No, I didn't even know that, girl.
you didn't know that, girl? Okay.
I thought you talking to me. You look this way. I ain't know. Nah, girl, I ain't know. Ain't know.
Yeah,
No.
so it's just about, what I'm saying, educating the masses. I do feel like, I do feel like YouTube kind of has a responsibility to make sure everybody's educated. Like they have some information on their website. Like I got some of the information, from their site. But they could create some sort of video, but what Buddy Lee was saying, just kind of spells it out in layman's terms to just make sure everybody, from the youngest YouTube user to the oldest can understand exactly what's going on, how this works, when you're crossing the lines to copyright infringement, etc.
Right.
So I feel like they have the ability. They definitely have the ability and the platform.
Right. They
to
got the
do
authority.
so.
Right.
But do I think they're gonna do it? Absolutely not. Because in their terms and conditions, they have covered their own asses.
Right.
So they're like that would be a community outreach. You know what I'm saying? If we need some volunteer work, maybe we would do that. But but in terms of their everyday, livelihood, job, and legalities of the situation, they not finna do that.
Yeah. Well, look, man, I think, it's not much to go on from here, because we pretty much have discussed the situation in its entirety, and hopefully this could be a quicker video, because I know there's videos out there that's 2 and 3 and 4 hours long.
about the subject, and I just want to get right to the point. I want to get right to the meat of it and get y'all right in on this so that y'all can understand that there are options for you, even the smaller YouTube channels out there. There are some options for you to offer critique, commentary, discussion, dialogue, and education on other content creators' work. But you don't have to worry that you're going to keep getting these strikes, because I think the algorithm is going to have to get smarter at this point. Like, especially after this incident, YouTube they're paying attention. Alvin Preach brought up a whole point of that YouTube responded back to them and saying that there's some actions going to be taken against the channel for these acts. Yep. So again, I want to give everybody confidence that we should all be happy to be open and honest and still be able to do our creative stuff and use the works in a fair use environment, in a fair use manner. Don't go out there and just play people's stuff. Like, listen,
and try to pass it off as your own.
Yeah,
shit.
So listen, I'm putting myself in the middle, so make sure Instagram can see me. All y'all on Instagram who watching this, my YouTube people, y'all see it, but Instagram especially. Don't go out there and just copy people's stuff and pop it back on your YouTube channel just to get their reviews. I'm gonna go back to something Soulja Boy said in this interview. And the guy, I finally remember their YouTube channel is Everyday Struggle, but they have a show on Revolt TV that is Assets Over Liabilities. But Everyday Struggle is their, it's either Everyday Struggle or Everyday Hustle, one or two. But that is their channel, the two gentlemen that interviewed Soulja Boy. And one of the things he said he did back in the era of, and Alana, you might be able to relate to this because of the industry you worked in. The era of, I think it's called Kazaa and Napster. He said that what he would do is he would go and look at whatever songs were the top trending downloads, and he would crank that to that song's title, name, and artist. So that you looking for, it's Britney, bitch, and you get crank that. Or you looking for, Say Y'all, Under 3000, Outkast, something from Outkast, Love Below, but you getting Soulja Boy crank that. And it's how you hit download. That was his marketing. That was his way of marketing. He was just egregiously using their name as if it was his own. And I think that is a perfect example of copyright infringement, because he took their likeness, everything about them, and just used it for his own benefit. Yep. And that's the thing you do not want to do. You don't want to take anybody's video and just rip it off their channel and just repost it on your channel just so you get more subscribers or likes or whatever, and just reuse it for your own benefit. That's an egregious misuse of content. So I just want to be clear that we're separating those pieces out from fair use to infringement. And also, we got to stop committing, listen, not to use this term, we got to stop committing black on black crimes, y'all. We got to stop it. Come on, man.
Black on black crime.
Come on, man. Why we hating on, don't be hating on each other's channel, man. Come on, man. Find a way to get to the money. Find a way to get to the money together.
Uplift each other.
Together. Get to the money. Whoo, man, we coming right up on that time. IG audience is about to get the boot, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here because it seems we got way too many feelings. I mean, way too many feelings.
Way too many.
On copyright infringement and fair use. This has been a good one. I've been here with.
It's your main girl, Alona Boo, in the building.
Alona Boo, y'all.
Don't be committing copyright infringement.
Don't be infringing on your copyright.
Don't call me when you get called or get a strike.
don't call. Listen. You see the hair? Don't call her. She got better things to do. Who else? Right. Who else we had?
And it's the international doctor, Dr. Buddy Lee, copyright stamped.
Look at my face, y'all. Wait.
I got the little C. I got the little circle with the C in the middle at the bottom.
You know the emoji? The emoji. Like you got the copyright on your name. That's what's up, man. Hey, listen, more power to you. Y'all don't take this. Dr. Budley, don't take his name. You know what I'm saying? He giving out vaccines to y'all in Honduras. It's just y'all catch him, call him, call his number, call his phone. You can find it on Google him. You can Google his number and make an appointment. He coming to you. He comes to you.
Well, listen, our handles are in the description below. Make sure you send us a message. It is always good. If you are on YouTube, hit that little bell. Hit the little bell icon down there. And subscribe to our show so you can get notified when new episodes drop. I'm trying to bring my banners out because we're about to end it. I want to make sure I end it right. Okay,
So make sure you like, comment, share, and hit the little bell.
Subscribe.
And subscribe as well.
That's
Yes.
right. To the TMF podcast. Make sure you catch us next time.
Yep.
We have too many
Many
feelings.
feelings.
Peace.